We're joined now by Shadow Minister for Indigenous Affairs, Linda Burney from Canberra. Welcome to Big Mob Brekky. How's your NAIDOC week been going so far, Linda?
Welcome, and what a great win for the Blues last night. So my NAIDOC week has been very, very good, but incredibly busy. There's lots of issues going on at the moment here in Canberra, which I'm very happy to talk about if you'd like.
Of course, and you know, this week the motion to have the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander flags flown in Parliament was denied. I understand the motion had been tabled for about 3 months. Was this a missed opportunity in NAIDOC week to move forward as a nation?
My view, and I've expressed it very strongly, is that the government is on the wrong side of history when it comes to this. I mean, the simple fact is that the Aboriginal and the Torres Strait Islander flags are displayed in many chambers and legislatures across the country in various parliaments. And I am incredibly disappointed that in NAIDOC week in particular, the Liberal Nationals decided that they would vote against the displaying of the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander flags in the Senate here in Canberra. It was a close vote. I think it was 28-29. But obviously when the government votes against something and they've got a small part of the crossbench on side, they win the vote. However, let me assure you, this issue has not gone away.
Well, Minister Wyatt was on our show yesterday and he said that people need to get real and look at the quality of life that our people need to live and not the elements of symbolism. Ms Burney, do you think that we can do both?
Well, I just think that's cynical politics. I mean, you can eat and chew gum or walk and chew gum at the same time. Of course, the issues that the Minister talked about yesterday on your show are important. Closing the gap with the quality of life. But symbolism is also important in terms of how a nation sees itself, how a nation views itself. And the flag is a unifying symbol, not one of division, and it seems to me that we can of course address the issues that bedevil our people, and I'm as conscious of them as anyone else. And you know, the incarceration rates, the crowding, the deaths in custody, and those things have to be addressed. But we can also think about the things that are important in terms of symbolism, if you like. Some people would describe them as not symbolic, and I don't think there's any distinction, really.
Yeah, speaking of, you stepped down from your position as chair of the Indigenous Rugby League Advisory Board after calling for a more inclusive anthem or possibly a version sung in language for last year's Origin. Last night, all our Indigenous players remained tight-lipped prior to Game 2 as the anthem was being sung. What's your position on how to move forward to ensure the event is more inclusive for our mob?
Well, I think the anthem has been debated forever, and the suggestion of the Liberal Premier in New South Wales yesterday, Gladys Berejiklian, is something that I welcome, and it's something that the Labor Party welcomes, and that is the changing of the word young to one. And that would mean that the national anthem is something that we can all be proud of. It reflects the truth, and that's such an important part of the Uluru Statement. It reflects the truth that Australia has one of the most remarkable and unique histories in the world that everyone should be proud of, and we want everyone to share in. And of course that's 65,000 years in terms of anthropologists, and from the dawn of time in Aboriginal law, and the suggestion of changing the anthem to be more inclusive. In terms of the anthem being played at the State of Origin last night, well, you know, that doesn't particularly worry me. And if athletes, be they rugby league or anyone else, choose to not sing the anthem, then I think they have a right to do that, and I respect and celebrate that right. It is a very individual thing, and I know that the codes, the NRL in particular, has this in front of mind, And I think it was a great blues win, quite frankly.
There we go.
One to celebrate. But just on that line, you know, that you've just mentioned, we're certainly not new. They want to change it to We Are One and Free. But do you think that we should just get a new song altogether?
Look, I think you've got to be realistic in this. The national anthem is the national anthem. And it's something that everyone should be able to sing, and sing with pride, and get goosebumps about. That's what national anthems are supposed to do. And I just think about our brothers and sisters across the ditch in Aotearoa in New Zealand, and the national anthem there, one verse is sung in Māori and another verse in English. And everyone supports the national anthem in New Zealand. And I think that you also need to think about the fact that national anthems change and societies change. And the national anthem used to refer to Sons of Australia, and it was changed, of course, to be more inclusive of all Australians and not so sexist. So why can't there be a word change in the national anthem again to make it a more inclusive anthem that everyone can sing with pride?
For sure, and I know you're in the middle of a sitting week there, Linda, so thank you so much for joining us, and we'll keep in touch, hey?
Thank you.
Thank you.